Well, when someone is experiencing fertility issues, finding the right doctor to help can really make all the difference.
Yeah, recommendations are a good first step, but our next guest says it's up to you to actually interview your doctor. Laura Fletcher is the founder and CEO of Salah Fertility, and she joins us with the questions to ask your doctor. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me again. I love being here.
Okay, let's begin by basically telling people, why is it important for you to interview your doctor?
I would say the most important reason is to make sure that your doctor aligns with your overall goals.
So I know you have some, oh, I'm sorry, keep going.
That's okay. Not every doctor is the same. So our alignment is super important to make sure that we all want the same thing and we're all on the same page and we have the right support we need, the right, bedside manner, all of those factors.
So I know you have some sample questions. I'd love to go through them because I think that each one is really important for different reasons. But first, how would you're asking the doctor these questions, and I think I don't know, I feel like I write things down before I go into the doctor just to make sure I remember. Yes. Asking, how would you handle a patient challenging your option with a counter information? Why is that an important question to ask?
Yeah, so a lot of doctors are really resistant to any type of feedback that doesn't align specifically with their philosophies. So making sure that your doctor is up to date on current research, making sure that they're open-minded, making sure that they're goal-oriented, making sure that when you bring something to them that you have perhaps heard from a friend, researched online, perhaps you've read a medical journal, making sure that they're actually open to hearing you about what those things are and potentially having discussion about whether it makes sense for your care.
Okay, so next you say that people should ask how the doctor feels about lab work outside of the status quo. What do you mean by that?
So traditionally, we get a standard set of labs every year as part of our physical. When we're talking about fertility, though, there are a lot of additional tests that we can push for and have done that show us a much larger, broader picture of our overall health, our overall wellness, and our overall ability to get and stay pregnant.
So, finally you say that people really need to ask specific questions about medical history. Do you have some examples of that? Because I think you get into a doctor's office, you got a lot of things, especially, if you're nervous and you're emotional, you got a lot of things going on. So what are those questions?
I think you make a great point earlier when you mentioned writing things down in advance. So making notes about what you want to talk about, making notes about what's relevant in your chart. And if you're talking to your doctor or a potential doctor about your medical chart, you're going to get a great idea how much research they've done on you as an individual in advance of you coming into their office. You'll also get an understanding of how versed they are in your particular challenges. So for example, I have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's kind of a elusive thing that not all doctors are up to date on, and they're not, not everybody's an expert in that. So making sure that they really fully understand what you're presenting.
Now, you mentioned writing questions down, but how else would you suggest that someone prepare to ask their doctor their questions, especially if they're a little nervous?
Yeah, that's a great question. I get nervous myself, so I totally understand that. I've actually had clients, local clients to me, ask me to join them at their doctor's appointments, which, I love doing that. I help them advocate for themselves. Not all doctors love it, I got to admit. But, bring a support person, write down your questions. Don't be afraid to walk out if you're not loving the way the interview is going.
I could not agree with that more. Advocating for yourself is so important. Laura, nice to see you back with us again. Thank you so much.
Thanks, as always. Great to see you as well.
All right. And if you at home would like more information about Laura or need help with your fertility journey, you can visit her website, Salah Fertility.